Say hi to YouTube, everyone. We're making a matchup chart for Ken. I mean, for you. Holy shit. So we have it split into 5 categories here. Great, good, even, bad, pick Ken. I feel like the pick Ken should be self-explanatory. So just for reference here, for anyone who watches this video and they come into my stream and wonder, yo, why do you play Ken so much? It's literally for this tier. Because I refuse to play these matchups with Ryu, right? So let's just get these 3 out the way, right? And my pick Ken tier is Cammy, JP, where the hell is this menace to society? And Guile. So just to make this really short and sweet, in order to beat Guile, you have to take excessive risk, which isn't something that you want to do innately because it's just like everything is a gamble. I don't feel like I should be gambling in order to beat you. I feel like I should just be able to play solid and beat you. That is not the case with Guile. You either have to toss you through booms, you have to throw out low forwards versus Sonic Blades, everything. It's pretty much you're playing very reactive in a sense that like you are taking a risk in order to possibly damage them. Random DIs, what have you. Meanwhile, Guile just chucks booms at you and oh look, you threw your little dungeon charge booms. Well, I have a Sonic Blade and now I can boom. And now, crazy enough, my Sonic Blade doesn't take as much time as your dungeon stock, so we could keep up with this Fireball war, but I'll win. JP is kind of more or less the same thing. It's me fighting a zoner who is better at keeping me out than I can get in, and it kind of like system mechanics don't help here, right? Let me just demonstrate something to you guys, right? And I mention this all the time. It's a matter of like drive rush, right? So the reason I have Ken here in this specific, I'm picking Ken in this specific matchup is for this one thing here. So here's Ken drive rushing across the screen, much like a crackhead, right? And then here's Ryu doing the same thing. You see how like Ryu got that like you can just tell that without any context, Ryu probably hits harder than Ken because Ken is a lot faster than jetting across the screen. Yeah, that's the main reason I'm playing Ken in the matchup. Like, yeah, I can play Ryu, right? But then I have to keep in mind, like, if I'm playing Ryu versus JP, there's probably a chance that I'm not gonna get dungeon stock very frequently, which I kind of need to make this character not viable, but better than what he already is. So it's like, okay, now I'm fighting you with possibly like an 80% of a character when you are potentially God. I'm not doing that to myself. I'm just gonna pick Ken. I'm just gonna pick Ken. I don't have to dungeon stock. I don't have to sacrifice Oki for damage. I don't have to do any of that. I have a full character from the jump, and I'm just gonna say, okay, now we're playing the game. Really straightforward, right? So Cammy is a very fun one. Cammy is a very interesting one because everyone says Cammy is like Ryu's worst matchup, and honestly, I don't know what it is, but I can tell the matchup is bad, but I can't identify why. Like, it's very odd because so like for context, the person that I probably have the most amount of sets with in this game is a Cammy player by the name of Wet Kunai, right? Wet Kunai and I have played about 10 sets in tournament. We're somehow even. I don't know how. But I feel like anytime I pick Ryu versus him, I am just suffering. And I don't know what's the cause of my suffering. Actually, I know what the cause of my suffering is. It's her dive kick, honestly. It's her dive kick. Like, no, it's very ironic in the sense that all Cammy players complain about her dive kick when Cammy herself has great neutral. Like, she doesn't have to jump at you, but it's still an element that I have to consider. But then I pick Ken, and I'm just like, oh yeah, fuck all this shit. If you're gonna go crazy, I'm gonna go crazy, and I'm gonna have a ball of a time doing it. But like, even like the element of spin knuckle isn't really much of a concern for me unless it's EX. Like, I don't really care about spin knuckle unless it's EX, because if she wants to like wholeheartedly be a dumbass and like throw out a random spin knuckle, she's gonna lose a lot of life for that. And I do think like Ryu has a lot of fun checks for her. Ryu has a lot of fun knowledge checks for her. Not fun knowledge checks for her. Has a fun way of dealing with her knowledge checks, but it's just like these situations rarely come up. I messed up. But Oh, what the hell? So I was just like, all right, cool. And then on top of that, it's just like, all right, even when I'm like really focused on the ground game, she just throws out a dive kick, and now I'm getting hit, and now I'm dying, potentially dying. Like, there is no like time of peace. She just wants to choose violence always, and Ryu kind of struggles against that. Like that kind of like active play style in a sense. Because it's like, okay, I got bad, and then oh, that yeah, we don't need to talk about her having the best level 3 in the game. So it's just like she can kind of just smother me. She's like an annoying mosquito that I can't get off me. So in that sense, I guess it'd be easier to say that she's a more efficient Kim. But yeah, screw this character. I'll still play the matchup occasionally, but sometimes I really just want to say, yo, let me just pick up Ken for this matchup. All right. Now, let me get some even matchups out the way. Luke. Nope, Luke doesn't go there. Chun-Li. Kimberly. I think Jamie... Actually, we'll come back to Jamie. Juri. Honda for sure. Nope, Honda's not going there. Ken. Marisa. All right, so... Yeah, hot take. I think Chun is even. Yeah, this is my hot take. I actually think Chun is even, which is weird because I've heard other Ryu players like complain about the matchup, and then I realized like a lot of Ryu players don't know frame data. It's weird because I feel like outside of this range, I win. Like she can't keep up with me in a fireball war, and then on top of that, there are like a lot of knowledge checks, right? Like this is my favorite knowledge check. Because on God, I let this go unpunished for like months, thinking that it was -2. It's -5. So you know what that means? You could always get this punishment. Is the Chun placement in this video clickbait? No. I genuinely think that like Ryu Chun is even. And the funny thing is like I've always heard like I've heard people come into the stream and say like, oh, I think this Chun can fuck you up, or I think Chun is a bad matchup, or like, and then I fight that same Chun, and I'm just like, I don't see how this is a bad matchup. Wait, how did I get to, wait, did I miss something? How did I get to 100? Wait, 50, wait, we were at 10. You know, we'll come back to that. I feel like I missed a donation. Now I feel bad. But, I feel like the character is just knowledge checking you a lot, and people don't know how to respond to the knowledge check. Like, there are a lot of knowledge checks with this character. So, like, honestly, Chun-Li's one of those characters, like, before I fight her, I usually have to watch my own video on how to fight her. Toe taps, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Yeah, but you see, the problem is I'm not trying to play within her range. I have a fireball. My fireball beats her. Let me not say my fireball beats her, because I don't want people thinking that when I say my fireball beats her, I mean my fireball alone beats the character. I mean, at the ranges that where I can throw a fireball, I win. That's it. Like, if she, like, ideally, it's weird to say, I want to make Chun the aggressor. I want Chun to approach me. If I get Chun to approach me, I'm doing my job. Because that means she's probably getting annoyed of me chucking random fucking fireballs at her. And then, Stone Chick, thank you for the follow. She's probably getting annoyed of me chucking fireballs at her, and she has to take some initiative to get in. And whatever initiative she wants to take to get in will put her at risk. She wants to have the Sancho, I DI. She wants to do EX. If I block it, I push her back full screen, and now I'm chucking plasma again. Like, the entire game plan for me playing Ryu as this matchup is I don't want her in unless it's on my terms. And she may actually die getting in on my terms. But honestly, I haven't fought a Chun that made me say, okay, this matchup is horrible. And I fought Terrence, I fought No Need, I fought Crispy. I haven't fought a single Chun that made me say this matchup is bad. Or even made me think like, yo, this matchup is rough. The only time the matchup ever felt rough is when I was letting Chun-Li get away with murder. After that, I was like, oh, okay, never mind. Now that I know what to do, the matchup feels a lot better for me now. Oh. I literally just throw a fireball to clear the screen. That's it. Just throw a fire. Oh, she's giving, because remember, Chun-Li's a charge character, so she has to hold her charge in some shape or form. So if she's giving you space to hold the charge, either steal your stock, throw a fireball, but do something to make her come to you. And on your terms. But that's just my opinion. I think this is, am I missing anyone for even? Oh, Lily. Yeah, I feel like these are his even matchups. At the range that you should be at the range you should be throwing fireballs, it would not matter. And keep in mind, you still have like cinder blocks for fists, so you're still out damaging her on these interactions when you hit her versus when she hits you. My favorite Chun-Li interaction is this. Oh, and that was perfectly spaced too. Nope. Like, do y'all know? Do y'all understand how long her hurtbox lingers when she throws out a normal? Like she be lingering. Like it just be out there. Like if you hit, it kind of hurts. All right, so here's a hot take. So obviously, I think DJ's a bad matchup. 4.5, 5.5. But you know who also I think is a bad matchup? On the same caliber as DJ? Zangief. Mostly because of armor and how Donkey Kick tries to interact with armor, on top of the fact that, like, the motherfucker can react to Fireball with Chop. It's not a fun time. So, I did 840 and he got 720, and I have more health than him. This exchange is in my favor. Like it's always in my favor. Oh, you want a donkey hit, dumbass? Like it's just like, what do I do? What do I do versus this character? Like I gotta be playing as like dumbass. Like, this matchup is literally just the opposing character calling me a dumbass for trying to make a decision. Because what the fuck do I do? Oh, you want to throw a fireball? Dumbass. Oh, you want to throw a donkey kick? Dumbass. Oh, you want to play footsies? We can play some footsies. And that's not even including the health differential. He has an extra 1k health to play with. You know how hard it is to whittle that down? When he's just menacingly walking me into the fucking corner? Because it's just like, yeah. The moment I'm out of range and I feel like comfortable zoning, I got this shit to deal with. Cause you know, let's give Geef an anti-fireball super, which allows him to like determine which corner he's putting you in. Great time. So I also think Blanca is even, but I've heard some argue that it's bad, but it's kind of iffy for me. Like sometimes I feel like it's even, sometimes I feel like the only person that ever made me feel like the matchup was bad was Mena. But obviously that's like a difference in skill, not me playing the matchup to like its highest level. But if I'm going based off of like my track record with Coach Steve, who I think is more like closer to my playstyle, closer to my level, I would definitely think the matchup is even. But then there's also Hoshi, who I kind of bodied too. Yeah, so I'm gonna say Coach Steve is better than Hoshi, and Coach Steve is closer to my level, so I'll say it's even from that. And that eventually I'm gonna run into Wolfgang like on one like hot summer day, and we'll run the set, and then this will probably either move up or down. I don't really know. Rashid, I think it's even, but Rashid is just a huge fucking knowledge check character. So if you know how to adequately respond to certain things, you should be fine. Aki, I think, also might be good. You just have to know how to deal with the knowledge checks. I think the weird thing to say is that when it comes to certain characters, you have to know how to deal with certain bullshit in order to like make the matchup feasible. Like, I don't think Ryu versus Ken would be even unless you knew how to deal with Jinrai properly. Same thing with Juri if you didn't know how to deal with her stocks properly. Same thing with Rashid. Like, a lot of these characters require you to know how to deal with their options properly in order to fight the character efficiently. Meanwhile, these characters are just probably going to try and fucking steamroll you, which is really fucking annoying. Like, Ken is going to try and steamroll you. Luke is going to try and steamroll you. Rashid might try and steamroll you. Dhalsim, as of right now, so I'll be forthright. With Dhalsim, I don't think I have enough information on Dhalsim to give an adequate, an adequate information yet. But if you held like a gun to my head and said, hey, Teiga, what do you think about Ryu Dhalsim? I would be like in between these two. Good or bad. Like, I don't feel like Dhalsim is that much of a problem now because Ryu's damage is outrageous. And in terms of like Dhalsim floating, Ryu has like a really simple answer. Like, I think it just comes down to a game of cat and mouse and how well can you chase. Like if you know he's gonna try and float you, Stand Strong is like really good at like sniping. And then you get like a full conversion. Like, I think Stand Strong and Back Roundhouse are like really good really good in this matchup. I fought Zaf. I fought some West Coast Dawson by the name of Kumo, who goes by Wolf now, and I don't think there hasn't been a point in the matchup where it's like, Jesus Christ, I need to pick another character to say, okay, let me figure out what the fuck I'm doing wrong here. So I was like, okay. But as of now, I'm gonna say this matchup is even. I trolled you guys. I don't think he has, because he has a 6-4 matchup. If there was a 6-4 matchup, it would probably be Jamie, but Jamie be turning up when he gets drunk. So let's call Ryu, just so people don't like try and crucify me, because you know everyone likes to crucify for some weird reason without asking questions. Yeah, this is what my current matchup chart looks like. So basically, Ryu's in a pretty good place in this game. Yes. If you don't mind working hard. If you don't mind working hard, Ryu's fine. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have your own thoughts about Ryu's matchups, feel free to leave a comment below. If you have any questions, feel free to pop by the stream at twitch.tv/Teiga. Hope to see you soon. And again, hopefully you guys come through. Like, comment, subscribe. And feel free to drop questions. I love answering questions. It helps me help you. Say bye to YouTube, everyone.